Hello and welcome back to SKIM. I'm Scott.
And I'm Kim.
And we're here.
And we're here.
Laying in bed. Because I'm sick. I got ill.
That's not why we're laying in bed.
No, that's not why. You don't have this yet, so I'm very happy about that.
I like you say yet.
Well, Carter got it. Or no, Nick had it. Nick's baby got it. And then Taylor...
B also got it.
And
Ramona.
Ramona and Phoebe got it. And then I got it. And now it's just you. Well, I guess Alicia doesn't have it.
It's true.
But how are you doing that? What's your trick? What's your magic trick?
I wash my hands a lot.
I do too, all the time.
Drink a lot of elderberry syrup.
Oh, see,
trying to not get sick.
Here's where we need Dr. Tolbert or someone to pipe in and tell me if this elderberry thing is a bunch of crap or not, because it seems to work for Kim.
If I do get a cold, it makes it a shorter cold, shorter amount of time.
Right, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just want to know if it actually works or if it's a placebo thing or if it's just like luck of the draw or whatever. Because I don't, you know me. You got to ask questions.
You got concerns.
You have to ask questions.
I also do a thing where I take peppermint oil, oregano oil, rosemary oil.
What does oregano oil do
oil.
for you? That's for pizzas, isn't it?
Oregano oil
Italian
is
food.
Antibacterial properties. It has some
properties. See, that's a word that concerns me. But keep going.
And then I put a little bit of each of those in there.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Oh, orange.
Do any of these promote anything? Do they promote?
But I will say I put them all in a bowl, a little time, it's like a few drops of each one, and pour hot boiling water over it.
Yeah.
And this just breathe in the steam. It helps.
Well, I think steam's good for you no matter what. Right?
Yeah, but have peppermint oil and all these orange oils in it.
Peppermint oil
really
is
good.
Whenever I have like a stuffy nose or something, if I put just a little bit of that on my lip or whatever, totally helps.
Or a headache. You do it for a headache.
Clears me right up.
So
for a bit.
There you go.
So there you go. It promotes.
I didn't say it promotes anything.
What was the other thing? What was the other word? There's promotes and then there's supports. What was it? You said something.
It has
properties.
Antibacterial
properties.
And you're gonna get punched.
No,
in the
don't
neck
punch
in
me.
a second
Please
here.
don't punch me. Save me. Save the clock tower. Anyway. So we're here. We got a show to do.
I'm just do things that work.
It's fine. If it works for you, I'm not complaining.
Do you want me to do it on you?
I think big elderberry is making big money off people.
Those big elderberry plants.
Grandpa Elderberry sitting on his throne going, these suckers, got him again with this, my properties.
All this time they've been telling you what the Dayquil and all that works, and it doesn't. Now they tell you it doesn't work.
Not Dayquil.
Which ones?
Oh, what was that?
We're on that list.
Oh, no, it's a Sudafed doesn't work.
Oh well.
Or Pseudoephedrine, or whatever the generic term is.
Oh.
But it's like the FDA took it off the list of like stuff that functions because it doesn't.
Or did they just not want you to keep making your meth?
Well, now you've got conspiracies. See, I have a conspiracy.
No, they took it off. They wouldn't let you buy it without your ID, and you can only get so many boxes of it because people were using it to make meth.
Well, that's true, but
that's
what I'm saying is that subscription.
Is that why really they took it off the market?
Yeah, it's prescribed use cases doesn't work at all. Like they've got new studies that say this is just straight placebo. No, it's not working. So they're taking it off. I think that's how it went. Dan, the tabletop man, he could tell me different because he's in pharmaceuticals, but I think that's correct. The bottom line is nobody trusts anybody. That's the bottom line.
The bottom line is we can't seem to find a cure for the common cold.
That's right.
That's what Scott has.
That's what I have. So it isn't that severe. It's worse at night, so I'm feeling kind of poopy tonight. But last night I had a little low-grade fever. That sucked. Didn't enjoy that.
It's never fun.
And then it just kind of keeps me up. But the worst part actually is probably the 2 days of getting it, where I was leading into it, because I had the weirdest dreams for 2 days. And one of them, I was so mad at you because you were mean to me in my dream, and I can't remember why or what.
What I did to be mean.
I was so pissed though the next day. I was like, gosh dang, I'm not talking to her all day.
Great.
For a thing I don't remember.
That I didn't have anything to do with.
Well, you were physiologically there. No, you were whatever you were.
There at all.
What does it mean when you're in someone else's dream? What presence do we call that?
I don't know. That's a good question. Someone else might know.
There were properties of Kim in my dream. There you go. Ow. Ow. That hurt.
Do get punched for that.
So anyway, that sounded like an old drum to people. So we're here and doing the Christmas month and all that. Kids, you know.
It is December.
We've already shopped, right? We're done.
We're done.
And whatever. I don't want you to get me anything this year.
I'm not.
Good, because I want to save whatever we would do for each other for whatever our vacation's going to be, which we still have to work out and figure out.
We still have to figure that out.
Yeah, but we're going to do
it's
that.
Not till 2025. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're not doing a vacation anytime soon.
2025 is soon.
Well, right, but I'm saying we're not doing it until like next summer.
Yeah.
We're talking about planning a vacation. We want to know what everybody else has done that they love
Do we
for
really?
a vacation.
Because people are going to come back and go, well, I went to Borneo and freaking rode a donkey.
Fiji. No, we're not doing that.
I don't want to do that. I want to do something
I want to do that, but you don't want to do that. And so we have to agree on our vacation.
It's not that I don't want to do that. It's that sounds exorbitantly expensive.
Some of them aren't. Some of the island ones aren't, but it's not the most touristy places.
I want to go to Moab. That's what I want to do. Never been in one of those hotels.
It's a pretty touristy place.
It's touristy, but it's beautiful. The hikes are incredible.
See, you like this dry hiking.
I do. I like dry.
And the mountainous
you want
red
like
rocks, and I'm like, let's sit on a beach
you want
with a book
Kim
and
wants,
have someone bring me all the food and just I don't have to do anything.
Yeah, you want equator and guys named Hector bringing you drinks and all that. That's what you want. I want. Not that I want. I like that too, but you know what? I got sunburned in the shade when we went to Mexico.
I know, it's true.
It was so bad. And you didn't. You looked great. You looked like a nice, perfectly made tater tot or something.
Perfectly made tater tot.
Old Tammy Two-Tan over here. Anyway, so yeah, we've just been busy with all that. Quick update on my mom. A lot of people had questions about her. She's doing okay. She had a little bit of a dip there. We don't know what
She's
it
doing
was.
Better.
She just wasn't eating.
She ended up with an infection that then made her she needed to be drinking more water, and I think the medication got too much in her system because she wasn't drinking enough.
Yeah.
But drinking water made her feel nauseous, so she was drinking things but not enough water.
Yeah, she would go for like an orange. I'll have that orange soda or something.
With dehydration, and then
they plugged a hose into her, filled her up.
They gave her 2 bags of IV, and she was feeling like brand new.
Yeah.
So.
And she's home now. Everything's okay. The big question is, like, he's 94. She's 86. 7. No.
She's 87.
Not till July. But she turns 87 this year.
She's 87 already.
I don't think so. I could be
wrong.
Anyway, whatever she is, they're up there, right? They're up there. And that's great. We love it. I love how, she's getting to have these
But it's getting hard for them to take care of each other.
Yeah. It's hard for them to admit that, too.
Yes.
So we're just dealing with that, trying to figure out what's best and how to handle it. And everyone's doing all they can, and it'll all be fine in the end.
Yep.
But it's a lot to worry about.
It'll be all right.
And then on your side of the family, everything's fine. Isn't it? Pretty much.
My parents are in Mississippi right now.
Steve and Sarah were here last week, helped us finish. I shouldn't say helped us finish. We sort of helped Steve finish our bathroom.
Third bathroom.
Third bathroom in the basement there by my studio, which means, oh man, if I got to pee after a show,
you don't have to run up the stairs.
Zap, bam, right back to it. It's great. Anyway, Steve's the man. He knows how to do this stuff with his eyes closed, and he started this when he was here. I mean, it's really
earlier in the year,
like 2 trips, and he did it.
Yeah,
right.
It's like 3 trips.
We started with
short trips sometimes. So he's just every time he comes, he's just like, oh, I'm gonna.
And he loves to do it. He's super nice about it. I'm terrible at it, so all I can do is kind of stand there and go, "This looks pretty good." I mean, I don't know. So it's all working.
This looks pretty good.
We got water in there, toilet.
We've got a toilet, a shower, a tub, and a sink. It's all in.
We got a poo fan that makes a really light noise, and compared to the one in here, that's like a freaking jet engine. So it's just kind of, Yeah,
it's really nice.
Yeah, it's great. So shout out. I don't know if they listen or not, but shout out to Steve and Sarah for just all their great work. Yeah.
Awesome.
They're back to Mississippi to continue the building of their house. Mm-hmm. This massive thing they're building out in the middle of the forest. And it looks awesome. They're making huge progress. The weather's nice right now. It's like 70 degrees there.
Yeah, people there tell him, actually, you didn't move into the country. You guys live in the woods.
Yeah, they're out in the, they're like, if there is a Bigfoot, they'll see it. Right? Like, I don't believe in Bigfoot, but if one exists, it would come stomping through there. That's how remote it is.
They did get video of a red fox walking through their property.
Yeah, a comedian Red Fox from...
They get turkeys and fox and...
What else?
Lots of
deer,
raccoons,
some kind of deer.
Armadillos.
Dill holes. I almost said armadillo. Jeez. What's the other? Something else he said he saw out there a bunch. Like a bobcat kind of thing.
Probably.
Some kind of wildcat. Well, speaking of wildcats, we're going to take a break here, and we'll be right back. And we've returned. Hello.
We're back.
We're back. Oh, you know what I was going to do?
What?
I was going to check our messages, because I know we have some. Will you hold this?
I can.
Don't push any buttons.
I'm gonna
just
try
hold it carefully.
My very
there you
best
go.
Not to push any buttons.
Okay. Hold on, everybody.
While Scott's away.
Just a moment.
I want any idea. Sorry.
Okay.
Never mind.
I brought a note. Oh, no, you can ask him. Go ahead and ask him what you're going to ask him. What are you going to ask him?
You can't hear it.
Well, I can't hear it? Don't get me things for Christmas. That's not what you're not allowed. You're not doing that, are you?
No, I'm not.
Kim,
I'm not doing anything.
I don't believe you now.
Nothing.
I've never not believed you more than this very minute. Okay, here we go. Skim. Got a few of these piling up.
All right, let's hear it.
You ready for this one?
Yeah. Doggy
doodle deterrent.
Doggy duty?
Duty is what I meant. Did I say doodle?
Yeah.
We don't want to deter their doodle. Justin wrote in and says, "Hey, Scott and Kim." Oh, Nick is sending me messages. Hold on. We got to turn this to do not disturb. Here we go. I also had an issue with the neighbors bringing their dog's poop to my lawn, because we talked about this.
To poop on my lawn.
Poop on your lawn. I found a very easy and humane way to prevent it.
Okay, good.
Fill about a dozen plastic liter bottles half full with water and string them together with about 18 inches of string between each bottle, then lay them there on the side of the perimeter of the yard. For some reason, this scares about 80% of dogs, and they will keep away from your property. I left mine out for about a month now. The neighbors' dogs are trained to be very wary of my lawn. Justin in Arkansas.
Plastic liter bottles half full of water. That's a weird thing to put on your lawn, but that's weird that scares dogs.
If it worked.
But if it works, I'm
in.
And
it looks almost like a weird lawn thing, like, oh, the Johnsons are treating their lawn with the thing, right?
Okay.
I like that.
I think we should try it.
You know what?
Because
Justin, that's awesome.
String them together 18 inches apart.
Yeah. How you doing on that thing? You're not pushing buttons, are you?
I'm not pushing any buttons.
Okay.
We got this.
Excellent work.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to try this.
Oh, this one's big. Should we read this? It's pretty big. For Skim, this is a text, 801-471-0462. Regarding taking a compliment, I used to be very similar to Scott. I didn't want to even come close to seeming arrogant. And when someone complimented me, so I would try to shrug it off or deflect it. I'm an actor, so people often approach me to talk about something they saw me in. I think this sort of thing particularly applies to your work, Scott. A teacher of mine really changed my point of view on accepting compliments when in high school. Okay, you ready for this advice? The real question is, am I ready for this advice?
I don't know. You have a hard time with it, so maybe this will help.
Okay. When you shrug off a person's compliment, you are doing two things. You're invalidating their experience and or making them feel like they have to continue the compliment to convince you. In my case, a particular performance of mine may have deeply resonated with a person. It's kinder and actually far more humble to say in response something like, quote, "This means so much to me. I'm really glad to hear that you had a great experience. It makes all the craziness of the entertainment business worth it to get a message like this. Thank you for reaching out," unquote. He says, obviously, it would be more personalized to the person with whom you're speaking, but that's the gist. And I really do mean it when I say it. Something like that response makes that person feel seen and feel good that their words had an impact on you, just like your work did on them. In a way, you're complimenting their kindness in return. So let me conclude with this. I love all the shows, Scott. At the beginning of my career, when I was standing in line in the snow of New York City at 5:30 a.m. to try to get an audition, Frog Pants kept me a bit warmer. And now, if you don't get a part, or if I don't get a part I really wanted, Frog Pants helps brighten my day. Your work has really meant a lot to me over the years, and that's the point, right? Why even turn on the mic if no one's listening and enjoying the show? So take the compliment, you big knucklehead.
I like that.
He didn't have a
and
name,
what do
did
you
he?
need to say?
I was going to call him by name. I'm going to say that I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to try to be better at that, and I'm starting with his. That is very nice.
It was
what
very
he said.
nice.
And I'm glad that I was there for you at 5:30 a.m. in the snow in New York City. That sounds terrible. That must have been rough. But
did you get it, though?
Did I get what?
Did you get the audition?
Oh, yeah. Did you get it? I thought you were asking me. I'm like, nope, I didn't get it. Did you get the job? And if you didn't, that's okay, too. But also tell us some cool stuff here, and I'd love to seek it out.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try to be better at it. I realize what he's saying is absolutely true.
Absolutely, and I think it makes a difference for the person giving the compliment.
Yeah, and ironically, I don't want to come off as like a jerk.
Oh, thanks. No, you would never do that. But when you shoot them down and say, "Oh no," that's invalidating their.
I know, and I shouldn't do that. So I'm going to work on that.
He's right.
I appreciate it. Person
Whoever
with
he
no
is,
name.
person that didn't leave a name. We want to know who you are.
The streets
what you're in.
have no name. Here's another one. It's also a text, and this is from someone who didn't leave a name either. This is for Skim. Just listening to your episode about taking chlorine. Or no, I'm sorry, talking about chlorine. Don't be taking no chlorine. I work at a pool store where nobody swam in the pools, and it always smelled like chlorine. If you open up a jar, a can, or a bottle of chlorine, you will also smell the chlorine. I think what happened is somebody did one of those gluten causes this or vaccinated causes that social media things, and it started the chlorine smell thing to come from pee and instead of or in the water. Thanks for the show. Enjoy the show.
That's funny.
I think that they may have a point. You know how some things just start from.
If they work there, then they know what they're talking about.
They know what they're talking about.
Where nobody swam in the pools.
You know what? I believe them. I actually really believe them.
So good. So every time you smell chlorine, it isn't because there's pee in the pool.
That's true.
Thanks for letting us know that, because I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you pee in the pool, then don't swim in our toilet. Is that the old phrase? There's an old phrase. Is that not it? Please don't. Oh no, it's please don't pee in our pool. We wouldn't swim in your toilet.
There you go.
Which I never really sat well with me because you can't fit in there anyway.
No.
Here's Jeff Sire piping in from. Grafton, Ontario, Canada. I've said it before. I don't know why it looked weird. Scott and Kim, listening to Scott try to describe my radiation explanation made me wonder if that's how religions get started. I'll explain it for Kim. You ready?
Oh, boy.
What
did you do?
I don't remember. We talked, you and I, right? The major source of radiation for the average person on Earth is from space, mostly from the sun. The majority of radiation is deflected by the Earth's magnetic field. And of the radiation that gets passed, most of it is absorbed by water in the atmosphere. Water is an excellent shield for radiation. This is why nuclear plants have massive pools of water to store their spent reactor fuel for a few days till the radiation decays down.
Interesting. I did not know that.
I wonder if that smells like chlorine. Oh, geez. Anyway, the atmosphere is thicker over the lower. Over the lower. The atmosphere is thicker the lower it is, and more moisture can be held in the thicker air. So the higher elevation you live at, the more radiation you are exposed to. That makes sense.
Okay.
So if you're at 11,000 feet, you're going to be exposed to more than if you're lower. This is not a huge effect, but it is statistically noticeable. If you had a job where you worked outside at sea level, you would still likely have an increased chance of skin cancer over someone who has a desk job in Denver. So the effect is noticeable, but other factors will overwhelm this effect. So like if you worked on a mountain all day, exposed to the sun, you probably have a higher rate.
Rather than in an office, yeah.
This is also why aircrew and specifically pilots on long-haul flights who pick up more radiation in their careers than I will working in my career at a nuke plant. That's interesting. They spend so much time at very high elevation above most of that shielding, and the pilots only have relatively thin glass in front of them rather than the aluminum skin of the plane that the rest of the cabin crew has, says Jeff. Yeah, that you explained it better.
Definitely. Well, he knows what he's talking about.
Well, the A, he knows what he's talking about, and B, he just articulated it better, which I appreciate. You know, I appreciate Jeff and his corrections. He might think I don't, but I do. I
Absolutely.
like him. And I don't want to start a religion about shielding people or whatever. Here's a assisted living one that's based on our last conversation. This is an email, skimshow@gmail.com, came from Bill, and he said this. You were talking about older people being resistant to assisted living because they don't really understand what that means. Boy, howdy, have we had this conversation. Anyway. My grandpa was like that until his wife had to go to the neighboring facility for memory care. Once he adjusted to what assisted living meant, he was okay with it. He actually suggested it once he was struggling to live on his own. Many of the people in this age/friend group moved into the same building over the years, so they also learned about the social and true assisted nature of the place. His only complaint was that nobody else would stay up after dinner and play cards with him. I love that story. And also, that's a great point.
That's a great
Help
point.
them understand what it is. We're doing that now.
Yeah, we're in the middle of
with my
trying
mom
to
and John.
explain to them what that means.
Yeah, and they're actually listening at this very minute, which hasn't always been the case.
Well, they're listening to having someone come in and help.
Well, baby steps.
Yeah,
right?
baby steps. There you go.
Start where you can start. Here's one from a no name. This is a text, 801-471-0462. Listening to Skim, is there some kind of wheat cereal called cream of wheat?
Yes.
No, they're making this joke.
Yes, there is.
I know, but I do this thing sometimes where I go, because I did. It's hard to explain.
Yes?
But where you go, it originally came from a clip where a lady go, "Isn't there a guitar game called Something Hero?" We're like, "Yeah, Guitar Hero." And so whenever this sort of thing comes up, where I'm like, something with a cream in it, it's like wheat, and this cream of wheat. I get what they're doing. I see where you're coming from. I hear you. I see you.
I hear you. It happens a lot around here.
Gamers,
I get
we
it.
hear you. All right, and finally, this is just spam. Well, we're not reading that. Delete. Well done, everybody. Great emails this week.
We appreciate your feedback.
Keep them coming. skimshow@gmail.com. And you can also text us 801-471-0462. Is there anything else?
That's a text or a voicemail.
Yeah.
Either one. We'll get it.
Now, you guys, we might be laying here naked. You don't know. Would we tell them if we were?
Sure, they don't know.
They don't want to know.
I won't tell.
I won't if you won't.
I won't tell if you won't tell.
But that's the fun of audio entertainment, right? Because you really can't tell or see. Our goal, though, is to be on mic and stream more often. It was just hard this week. I was sick, and we're already late with the episode. And look, I'm over here clicking this. That's annoying.
Stop doing that.
Why am I even doing that? I know. This is all so stupid. I'll put that over here. Anyway, so we'll be doing that more coming up before the holiday, I think.
Yeah, we should.
Hopefully we'll feel better
so
soon.
I can wear my reindeer ears.
Did you cook
my antlers, I mean.
Did you cook anything this week or last that you wanted to?
I didn't cook a lot this week. We had guests in town. We had...
Steve and
I don't
Sarah.
know what was going on, but it just
It
felt
was
like
so
a crazy
busy.
week. Well,
So busy
between
this week.
sick people and people staying over and redoing a bathroom or putting in a bathroom, and I watched kids a couple times, and
It's kind of nice having a cold that's nothing to do with COVID, though.
that's true.
Feels like
everyone tested.
old times.
Feels like old times before we knew what that meant.
Yeah. It's like, I don't have COVID.
And we still don't have a cure for the common cold.
Nope. You never will. They're viruses.
That's true.
Can't. Well, maybe we will. I shouldn't say never.
Never say never.
I think some of the cool tech behind recent vaccination stuff, like the mRNA stuff, will lead to better
I can hope for that.
solutions. There's some cancer research going on with that right now that is like insane results.
Yeah. Some cool
Now they
stuff.
got to like double blind it and get it all going, but so it'll be a minute. But imagine if we'd had that when your sister was diagnosed or something.
Goodness.
Hurry up. What are you doing?
I'm sure they're doing it as fast as they can.
I'm sure they are. Is there anything else we've missed? Have I cooked anything?
I don't know. All I know is I came in tonight and he went, "Which one's my pillow?"
My pillow was effed. It was the wrong pillow.
It was in the same bed. You just have to find
My sister
your
says
pillow.
pillow, by the way. Pillow.
Pillow?
Yeah, Wendy does. Yeah, no, I don't like a firm pillow. Kim kind of does. I like a sloppy, mushy one. Like this one.
It's
so good.
down.
Yeah, but
got
whatever it's
feathers
made
in
of,
it.
I don't even care what it's made of. I just want it to be
down.
sloppy and mushy.
That's a down pillow for you.
Because I can wad it up into shapes and then hug the shapes. You know what I mean?
Yep, I know what you mean.
I'm a big fan. Anyway,
You guys are awesome.
that's also a big fan. All right, that's going to do it. You guys are great. Thanks for listening. We'll be back soon with another Skim. You guys are awesome. Have a great week. And hope
see you
you're having
then.
a good holiday so far. We'll see you next time. Say bye, honey.
See ya. Bye, honey.
Oh, gosh.
Ready for breakfast, here's the table. Father, Mother, Bill, and Mabel.